All right, we have some breaking news of the UFC world. Dana White came out, and this kind of just dropped randomly. If you remember, Conor McGregor was supposed to fight back in June. I think it was International Fight Week or something like that. It was one of those things supposed to fight, had to pull out due to an injury, a foot injury. Well, I think he broke
The toe injury, broke a
the
fucking
toe.
toe.
One of those toes. Anyways, I was okay. A lot of people were very upset about it. I was okay with it because, like, if we're going to see Conor McGregor again, I want to see him at his fullest. I don't want to see another hobbled, injured guy out there trying to fight through like he did before. And the last time he did that, he ended up snapping his ankle. Right. So I was okay with it. He was supposed to schedule this thing for a couple months out. A lot of people were thinking October ish for one of the big cards there. They're even thinking about, I think, is it September or October? I think it's October maybe it's September, is the Sphere. I should have looked that up before we did this. Either way, they thought maybe, hey, this is a good time to move Conor onto one of the biggest cards or what Dana says is going to be the biggest card in UFC history, the biggest show at least at the Sphere. But Dana comes out and kind of shocks people here with this statement.
Met it all and talked about the potential of his fight as well.
We talked, yeah. We talked. We didn't meet up, but we talked. And yeah, he wants to fight, so we'll figure it out
soon. By the end
Not
of
this year. He won't fight this year.
Talking about Conor. And so he's talking about Conor. He's saying Conor will not fight this year. Now, there's a lot of things going on here. I think this is Dana playing games with Conor. But before we see Conor respond, what's your guys' initial reaction to this? I personally think this is just a way for Dana to have some leverage for negotiation of when he actually wants Conor to fight. Or you got to remember too, they hold 2 more fights on his contract, and he's getting up there in age now. He wants to go out and do all these show fights and boxing and stuff like that, but he has to get permission from the UFC. Whereas if he completes his contract with the UFC, then he's free to do what he wants when he wants. But what do you guys think is going on here?
Well, I mean, I think you talk about wanting to see Conor McGregor at his best. I believe we're about 8 to 10 years too late on that. I don't know what's left in this guy at this point.
I mean, his current and best.
I mean, yeah,
I don't want him out there hobbled. I want to see if he's going to go do it one more time. I want to see him be as healthy as he possibly can be heading into that octagon.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but even then, I don't know that it's going to be that much worth watching at this point. The guy doesn't. I mean, he can sit and say he wants to fight. He can tell you all he wants to fight. But I'm not seeing that man wants to get out there in an octagon and mix it up. Really, I'm just not getting that vibe from him. And even if we do see him, I don't think it's going to be that great of a fight. What do you think, Steps? I'm over Conor McGregor, man.
No, I mean, I agree with you 100%. I mean, at this point, are we really going to rely on him to step in the octagon? I mean, like you said, we hear him talk about wanting to fight, but where's he been? And does he really need to fight at this point? You know, he's got his little business owning the bar. He's been in movies. He's a superstar at this point. There's really nothing for him to gain other than just giving back to the UFC. I mean, Dana White obviously has an investment in Conor McGregor because he's going to make him a lot of money. But at this point, I think the UFC's kind of passed McGregor by when it comes to the skill set. There's a lot of guys that would probably be able to handle him pretty easily. You're going to have to put him in there. He's going to be a matchup guy at this point. I don't think he's going to be contending for a belt or anything at this point in his career. But I guess there's a little bit of money to be made. But that's all it is. But I'm over it. I mean, I'm not relying on him to fight anytime soon.
He's always going to be a draw.
Yeah, but I don't think his heart's in it. I don't think his heart was in it when he fought Poirier. I don't think it's not he's not the McGregor we saw that was coming up. He changed after he started making the money and got, celebrity status. He's not as good of a fighter as the money he gets paid for it,
I agree.
But when he's selling out and has some of the highest ticket gates
that's
in
our
UFC
fault.
history, highest pay-per-view fight, I'm saying the dude's going to still sell out.
No, for sure. He'll still sell out. Like I said, there's money
I'm not
to be
saying he's
made.
going to contend for titles, but I mean, the guy can still go out there. I believe he can still go out there, put on a good show, put on a good fight. I'm not saying he's going to win the fight, but when he goes out there, I want to see him at his best. But I honestly didn't think he was going to be pushing this thing all the way out to 2025, especially since Conor comes out and says this And this is what makes me think that this is just negotiation stuff going on right now. And Dana's trying to get some leverage because it's kind of hard to get some leverage on a guy that is still your number one, fighter that will sell out. Like, name someone else in the UFC that if they announce it's fighting, that's going to sell more pay-per-views than Conor McGregor. Because it's just like how you guys are feeling. There's people that want to go watch him lose. You know what I mean? Like, I know you say you don't want to see it, Cricket, but if someone had the fight on, you'd be like, yeah, I got to see this. I want to see it because you want to see him fail. That's people that want to see him succeed. So I think you're 100% right, Steps. It is going to be about matchup, where he's supposed to be fighting Chandler, and that's going to be a great guys haymakers. They're just going to be throwing, not a technical fight at all. Oh, well, I mean, technical from like ground style, that is. But anyways, Conor comes out and says, Dana. I can't do his accent. I'm sorry. I'm not even going to attempt to butcher that. December is the date. Bring the calendar year home with a winning event. Come on now. What's this? I am off to altitude next month to prepare. December. Tell Dana and UFC we want December. We deserve December. I think we're going to get Conor in December.
Yeah. Whatever. I'll believe it when he's walking out. When he's walking out the octagon, I'll believe it.
At that point, you might as well push him back to that Super Bowl weekend that they do. That's usually pretty big.
I'd rather see this fight Jabs is talking about. Good morning, Jabs. Good to see you, man. He's still waiting on that Hillary Kamala fight.
Yeah, I'm saying it wouldn't even be close, Jabs. Hillary's got them hitmen. She don't even got to move.
The Sphere would make sense, but I feel like the Sphere is going to sell itself, so they don't really need put a Conor up
don't
there.
want to waste it. They want us, and it would be a good thing to see, like, what can we do on our own with just a really good card, but also putting on a spectacle, like, so you can have some numbers that aren't biased with throwing Conor McGregor on there. I agree with that, Steps.
I think if you're I mean, at the same time, like I said, the Sphere is going to sell enough tickets there by itself, but at the same time, I want the best young fighters out there in that thing going. I don't think Conor McGregor is one of those people anymore. Obviously not young, and I don't think he's one of the best fighters anymore. I'd want to put all those young cats out there that are still balls to the wall that haven't earned all that money yet. They're still hungry, man. A little fire in their belly. That's the best UFC fighting you see.
The Sphere is going to be interesting because Dana said that they're only going to do it one time, which that's BS. They'll go back and do it again after they see what it is. But
$200 million.
They're going to put a lot into this, so I'm pretty excited for that, to see what it looks like and how they utilize.
Yeah, nobody believes him when he says that, because if that thing ends up making them a ton of money, Dana is a smart businessman, and he will be doing that thing at least once a year.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Oh, yeah, I think that's the future, though, man. That thing looks like it's coming up. It's going to host all these monsters. Man, that thing's pretty damn cool, bro.
Yep. So let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Is Dana playing hardball? Is Conor going to get his December date that he wants? Is Conor even going to ever fight again? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you guys on the next video.